Good evening, Speed Gaming 3, and welcome to the latest race in the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race Series. We've got a great one for you tonight. It's going to be Casual Boots, a nice favorite of a lot of people. So you start with a sword, you start with the boots, and you start by having to go through Escape and Rescue Zelda. That's basically the mode. After that, it's, your standard randomizer 7-7 defeat Ganon. I'm Drosy. I'm here with Homemade Beer. How are you doing?
Hey Drosy, doing good tonight. I'm really excited for another Casual Boots race on the daily. One of my favorite modes. Very fun, execution heavy mode.
Yeah, and speaking of execution, we've got a couple of well-established execution runners up top and a couple of newer runners in the bottom row. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. As Uncle gives us an actually useful hint, if you didn't happen to know that the magic cape does let you pass through the Aga barrier if you don't have the Master Sword.
Yeah, that's useful.
Let's see if any of these runners gives us a map check before they jump down the rabbit hole. There we have from Edium 3 crystals, including a 5-6 in Eastern.
Yeah, I saw the 5-6 in Eastern. Was it also a 5-6 in Desert, or it's a little small, so I wasn't sure?
Looked regular to me in Desert and Hera.
Okay.
And we've got our first fetch quest here in the Uncle Tunnel.
Nice stinky mushroom there to start us off.
Yeah, and until you get the flute, I guess it's not so bad with the boots, but it is still kind of out of the way if you don't have the flute. But when you get the mushroom that early, you really wonder if there's something behind it. I saw a seed the other day where mushroom was really early, and the Moon Pearl was at the magic shop.
Trading a Moon Pearl for fungus. So P-Train's making good time through here, doing some NMG sword spins on the first key guard. And Edium getting bullied by the blue guards in the second room here. It's always a little bit annoying.
Yeah, nice sword spins there in general by P-Train on that blue guard as well. We get a map in the boomerang chest, but we didn't get a boomerang in the map chest.
Man, that's terrible. You always want your boomerang early.
And I was going to talk about bombs, and then I realized we have boots. We don't need bombs for the back of escape. You just kind of ram the wall.
Yeah, just use your face to open the door instead.
And there's our small key, so we know that everything else in here has to be an actual item. Dark Cross, the 3 in the back of Escape and Sanctuary. Will any of them be useful items? That's another matter.
Yeah, they have a mushroom, so all is well.
Maybe we'll get a hammer and a Samaria cane, and we can fake powder when we go to CAC.
Yeah, that's the dream, right?
Especially since we haven't, well, except for Edium, who's grabbed a full magic jar, we haven't had a chance to fill up our magic, so it's actually a good powder.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things you like doing. If you can early, just get some dumb check out of the way in case powder's on some terrible location. Yeah, and then, if you find anything, it's nice to have, and then you can turn in the mushroom safely without having to worry about finding powder later. Unless they just find powder in the back of Escape, but,
That wouldn't be unheard of.
I was going to say, when does that ever happen, right?
Speaking of back of Escape, P-Train is the first of our runners into it.
Hey, nice hook shot.
Yeah, so now the runners are probably hoping for some sort of Death Mountain access, which, logically speaking, is either the flute or glove plus lamp. In practice, you don't really need the lamp, just the glove. But yeah, once we get Death Mountain access, that hook shot opens up a lot.
Yeah, P-Train running right by the key rat there. Just barely dodged his sword, and of course he had to go back and take care of it in order to get that key to get out.
Oh, and there's the bug net. Race is over already.
Yep, GG's. Nice job, P-Train. First to bugnet go mode.
You didn't know that we're playing bugnet percent today?
Bugnet percent, exactly. No, I'm pretty sure that's going on in the main tournament right now.
Most likely. I mean, if Gamma gets that, he's unstoppable, but...
Yeah, pretty much. Nice sub 520 escape there. So always kind of what you're shooting for in casual boots.
Yeah, usually in the 515 to 530 range is typical. And of course, P-Train remembering that with Kaz boots, Bonk Rocks is a Sphere 1 check.
Now we can do the bottle bender.
And you also generally check Lumberjack first thing here because you just need Aga to make Lumberjack doable.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, we're definitely making some money here. P-Train, you generally want to pull the bush off the bush crab, not defeat it. Was that the mirror on Lumberjack?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. That was pretty quick. It looked like something.
Awfully mirror-ish to me.
At first glance, I was thinking rupees, but then I was like, well, that actually looked like an item.
Let's see if Edium gives us a better view here.
I mean, who knows? There are seeds where you do not need the mirror. Very, very rarely, of course.
That is the mirror. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So, reasonably good likelihood that this is an Aga seed.
Yeah, and it looks like everyone is basically checking that, and if it looks right from me, Mocha Jones is actually not checking that right away.
Interesting. Well, he's got a surprise waiting for him.
Yeah, I think, if that's progression, then he'll get funneled there eventually because you have to. But it's always good to know early that if the seed gets you to a point where you have an opportunity to do Aga, then and you have to because the mirror's there, then you just go do it.
Yeah. Now the tough part will be, let's say we get Dark World access without Aga and Swamp's a pendant. How much do you last locate that mirror? That is, how desperate do you have to be to beat Aga to get the mirror when you start worrying that the mirror might be blocking your progression?
Right, yeah. It's a good call. I mean, we could get the dream where that mirror is access to the hammer in the first chest of Swamp. But that never happens, right?
Stuff relatively quickly, at least.
Yeah.
Or, Mitts in Swamp, something like that.
Nah, I'm gonna go with hammer. Just for the lulz.
Hey, we found Bombos in the well.
Was that the boots green 20 in the well?
Or was it a sword? I don't know how... it's been too long since I've seen casual boots. I don't remember how the extra sword and the boots get replaced.
The swords are still progressive, and there's still 3 more, so I think that those are all... those just get added with another item, but the boots definitely is a green 20.
And hey, there's our Moon Pearl in the chicken hut.
Oh, nice. So, time to do Dark Aga. Go grab that mirror. Oh, wait, still can't access them.
Yeah, we need either a second sword or the cape. And of course the lamp for logic.
Yeah, it'd be pretty suicidal to take on Dark Aga with 5 hearts green mail.
I kind of want to run a prediction about whether Swamp is in fact a pendant or a crystal, but with 30 people in chat and this being Speed Gaming 3 and not many people having points, I'm not sure how successful of a prediction that would be.
Yeah, I mean, it still might be fun. It's a good prediction, though. I don't know. What do you think so far? Do you think it's going to be a crystal or pendant?
I'm thinking crystal. I'm kind of hoping crystal, honestly, just because it'll resolve the question of whether this is an Aga seed, and we don't have to keep guessing. Oh, and P-Train is fake flippering to turn in that mushroom.
Yeah, he did this, I think, immediately after the save and quit, so can scum this if he so chooses.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. And Edium, with his save and quit, may be thinking the same thing.
Yeah, well, no scumming here.
Yeah, interesting. I guess the likelihood of there being something on Magic Bat and the powder being buried somewhere horrible is sufficiently low.
Yeah.
Well, I did stick that prediction in there. If you do have points in this channel and want to risk any of them on Pendant versus Crystal Swamp.
I'll just go against the odds. Or with odds, whatever the word is.
So we're actually running out of checks already. Hey, there's Blue Mail. Nice reminder that we're not in Standhard anymore.
Yeah, always nice to see. Get tired of green mail eventually.
So yeah, it looks like all of our runners are going to check that mushroom as soon as it was feasible for them. Mill is having a bit of trouble with the fake flipper. There we go. So yeah, P-Train's doing Ice Rod Cave, and after this we just have the Eastern area and Aegina.
Yeah, P-Train's doing the 2-part South Shore route where you do Mini Muldorm into Ice Rod, and it looks like he'll probably do Zora Check or Hobo, one of the two. And Edium went to the dam first and is going left to Aegina. So he actually found a glove in the dam. And looks like he's going to farm here to have Zora money.
Though Zora is out of logic.
Not with the glove, right?
Oh, right, we have the glove. Sorry, I forgot that we found that.
Oh, just getting 50 rupees quickly.
So that's also 2/3 of our Dark World access.
You know, I'm just remembering when we did the prediction of GT Big Key on Torch in the tournament race. And it was like over 1 million points, or like around a million points that got put on the line.
All the people who really wanted it on Torch, even though the odds were so low.
That's funny. That was a good time.
Is Mocha okay? He's been just kind of standing there staring at that 20 rupees, and he's not frozen because his timer's still going.
Oh, I don't know. What happened? Maybe trying to figure out the reset. But yeah, it looks like Edium pulled a mitts out of Aegina Cave, so...
wow,
kind of funny. Going left first would have been the play, but...
There's our Dark World access. Hey, and there's a shovel from Hobo.
Yeah, very nice.
I hope Mocha's emulator didn't like crash. Hey, and there are flippers that put the shovel in logic.
Great.
What a seed.
Well, now that we have Dark World access, then the lamp can be almost anywhere. It's kind of wild. And that also means the shovel can be in Swamp Palace now.
Right, and the flippers...
Or the hammer.
Right, and the flippers, remember, give us East Dark World access, so the only thing now we'd need Aga for is if the mirror is required.
Right, right. Yeah, so this is that two-part South Shore route that P-Train likes to do. So he'll be definitely getting his mitts here as well.
Yeah, basically, P-Train doesn't like to orphan Ice Rod Cave if he can at all help it.
So it looks like Idiom went up the mountain with those mitts. With the Moon Pearl and the Hookshot, he'll be able to do all of East Side Death Mountain, including the dark parts. So a lot of checks up here to clear out.
But without either the mirror or the hammer, we can't get to Hera.
Yeah, that's true. And, getting beat up here by the cabbages falling from the sky.
Yeah, one more cabbage to the face and he's down. Hey, we see our first bottle there on Spec Rock, again, mirror locked.
That's interesting. I wonder if that will be the actual first bottle we are able to pick up, and then Sick Kid might have progression once you get the mirror.
Certainly with the blue goo in it, you probably want to pick it up anyway.
Yeah, it's on the way to a lot of things.
So Milla's going to pick up his shovel now. Did the nice water walk there.
Yeah, and Mocha Jones making his way down to Mini Moldarm Cave. We'll get that blue mail. P-Train with the same play.
I mean, the mountain's very tempting. It's a lot of checks, even if it's out of logic.
Yeah, very true. And if you do find the lamp or the flute up here, you know that it's locked by the other one, right?
Right.
So definitely good information.
Hey, and there's the fire rod, so we do get something useful up here. That is our first fire source. So even if Skullwoods and Turtle Rock both turn out to be pendants, that can be very useful as a fire source. Oh, and Milla will be the first of... No, Milla doesn't have nearly enough money for Zora. But we do see that Zora Ledge is a vanilla piece of heart.
Yeah, and Idiom just a bit ahead here because not having done Zora checks, I think, compared to where P-Train's at, so... But by the time he does make it over there, he will have enough to actually get the item from Zora.
Yeah,
especially with that stash.
I was just about to say. So
Hello with a shovel dash.
Idiom will go into the Dark World here. See if we get a map check.
Not yet.
And we certainly don't have Spike Cave available with this equipment, so just going to get the 6 checks of 2 here in Super Bunny and 4 in Hookshot Cave. Hey, more money for Zora, just in case you want to buy the ripoff twice, right?
I've seen it happen. But Milla also making his way up the mountain here. Looks like he missed the Glove and Agina cave for the moment, so he'll be funneled back there eventually. Here's our map check.
So that's Ice and Skullwoods were the red and blue pendants. Turtle Rock is the green pendant, and I did not catch where the other 5-6 crystal was. Oh, it's
I
Vanilla
think it was
and Mire.
Misery Mire, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of Mire, there's another medallion as we find Ether and Hookshot Cave, and the flute. Okay,
Wow.
so...
Yeah, with
As you
that
were
fire source, just need the red cane to actually be able to do Mire.
But as you were saying, that tells us something about the lamp that, you know, the stuff we just found up here, including the fire rod, is logically lamp locked.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. So having to go up the mountain the way these runners did is will not get any faster, you know, because they found the flute up here. So looks like Mocha Jones made their way to Nagina Cave and got his mitts actually just now. So Edium activating his flute. P-Train on his way up Dark Death Mountainside will be getting that shortly. There's a nice magic refill in Super Bunny, so P-Train is able to still have full magic here. Although we know it won't matter, like not being able to fake powder because he used the mushroom and didn't scum it. I see. So Edium did do the same as P-Train, just in a different order, where he did the left side first and then did the right side of South Shore in two-stage checks. So we're getting some divergence here. Mocha Jones going directly into Skullwoods, Thievestown, Village of Outcasts area.
Imagine staying in logic.
Yeah, you know. It's good to know logic and know where you are in it, at least, right? I think, as they say, logic is just a suggestion.
But we also didn't say this explicitly, but this is now a confirmed Agaseed.
Ah, yeah. Actually, I forgot about the prediction already. I think I said pendant.
Well, you just lost your points then.
Rip my channel points.
But yeah, who was it? Mocha Jones who didn't check Lumberjack? I remember one runner didn't.
Ooh. Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, it was Mocha Jones.
Yeah, so he's going to have a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, I'm curious when the seed wants you to pick up that mirror, because like you were kind of pointing out, Flute being on the mountain and then not finding a lamp yet. You know, it could be in a lot of places now. Except in the Mire area. Nice pallet shuffle on Edium's side.
And it can't be locked behind the fire rod either.
Ah, yeah, good point. Fire locks fire, right?
Weren't you... Someone was telling me about like the whole like fire locks fire theory that like some runners have, that this is usually how it happens. Either the fire rod locks the lamp logically or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... Nothing in this is guaranteed, of course, but a lot of times you either see them on the same sphere or they're locking each other in some progressive way. Like if the seed wants you to use a fire source to do specific active progression, it might lock the other fire source behind it.
So we should talk about what Mocha Jones is doing here. It's a little bit risky going into Thievestown with without the hammer. And
oh yeah, good point.
We only found one item in the front, which means there is a 3 in 4 chance that there is an item in that big that Mocha will be forced to orphan.
Yeah, and also with that small key in the front too, knowing that that we do have access to that chest. The chest isn't being locked, or sorry, the small key is not locked inside that chest.
Right, now P-Train's opening Thievestown, and he is also going in, so we'll see if he...
Yeah, and Milla's dipping into Eastern here. Running out of stuff to do, I think. Did all the mountain, doesn't have Dark World access like the rest of the runners, and Orphan Nagina Cave. So he's going to need to make his way back there pretty soon to get his mitts. And I think after Eastern, he'll be running out of checks here. I don't think I remember seeing anything so far in Eastern from Milla's side yet. Edium's digging out Mire area here, and finding nothing in Mire Shed. And did he check the Mire medallion requirement? I missed that.
Sorry, I had an internet hiccup, so I missed everything.
Ah. Yeah, it looks like Milla just found red 20 there in Eastern Palace Big Chest.
But what I was starting to say before my internet hiccuped was that, wow, Mocha Jones finds the Cane of Samaria there in Blind Cells, so that's a good pickup. I did not catch whether that was an item in the attic or whether we all... And there's the Ice Rod in the dig game on P-Train side. Everything's showing up.
Holy cow, that red cane's interesting.
Could
you said that was in Blind Cell? Yeah, that could lock the hammer.
But yeah, since I missed the attic, I don't know whether the map was in the attic or if the map might still be in the big chest and we're fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually missed that too. There's so much going on. Edium's in Skull Woods. P-Train's saving the frog. Looks like Milla's getting bottlenecked into Agina Cave here.
Okay, down
or maybe checking the mushroom?
Blind. Let's see what we got here. That's money. So I honestly don't know, because I didn't catch Attic Chest, whether we got all the items out of Thieves.
Yeah.
This could work to Mocha Jones' advantage if it happens to be locking the hammer or leads him to do checks that get him to the hammer on the way. Because P-Train, for example, did not go to the back of Thieves Town without the hammer, which is a common play. Runners don't like to orphan that chest most of the time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things I've seen runners do where you start the Smith chain, do the front four of Thieves Town, clean up the rest of the kind of checks along the way, and then go back to Mire area with the frog. But no, I was going to say, and then you might consider, since it is a crystal, you have to do Thieves Town. Then you go back and just finish the dungeon in case the hammer's there, and then you can complete the purple chest.
P-Train taking the Smith on quite a world tour here. Kind of interesting that he went to Mire before just, fluting to CAC, and now he's... Oh, no, now he's probably just getting the health refill, and then he'll flute to 3.
Oh, it looks like we saw bombs on Zora from Milla's side just now.
Okay, so the flipper checks were all just complete junk.
Yeah, and the flippers were in King's Tomb anyway, so they're actually locked by the mitts.
Oh yeah, Milla still hasn't gotten his mitts.
Yeah, I had forgotten he hadn't done Zora and Mushroom yet, so he's going to Agina now, it looks like. I think it's the last location here that he has available.
Oh, and Edium, this is interesting. He is going to be full clearing Pendant Skull Woods.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw he found a piece of heart in the drop-down pinball room.
And with a key outstanding, it had to be there because Moth can't have a small key.
Right, exactly.
So really, he should have been counting.
Yeah, I must have just not been paying attention, just grabbing every chest along the way. But I want to say this is in logic, right? Or no, we don't have the lamp, so nothing's really in logic without the lamp for a while,
Right.
except for Dark Overworld.
But meanwhile, P-Train is back in Thieves Town, so he will get that Cane of Samaria, he will get his first crystal, and we'll find out whether there is something in the big chest or if it's just the map.
Ah, yeah. You can actually focus on that now. There's just so much going on. Looks like Edium got wall mastered there, so heading back through again. They don't call it the Hellway for nothing.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, you can get the God Pixel with the boots. If you do it just right, you can dash through and miss everything, but it is tough, even for really experienced runners. Okay, so we're good on Thieves Town. The map is in the big chest, don't need the hammer.
Ah, cool. Looks like Milla's making a good play here, getting back up the mountain to find what he missed. You know, we know that it's important that we found the flute and ether, I believe, in Hookshot Cave, but ether is needed for Pendant Turtle Rock. Okay, so ether's not really needed on this seed, it looks like.
Well, you never know. I mean, we have the wherewithal to beat Turtle Rock once we get a hammer.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could be in Turtle Rock or behind it is the bow now at this point, though. I think we know where everything else is for the seed except for the hammer and a bow, right? And you need a hammer to enter it?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and, well, the lamp.
They got a fire rod. I think they'll be okay. And oh, it looks like Edium took down the moth. I missed if there was what the item was, though. Oh,
unfortunately. Oh. Thank you very much to our trackers, by the way. Mad Ewok Herd and D2 Kemps, who, this is why we have two trackers. They each keep track of two runners so that we don't get all completely lost trying to keep track of four.
Yeah, always tip your trackers, as I like to say. It's interesting, though. Yeah, I was about to say, with the book, you don't have access to the tablets without the mirror or the hammer at this point. So going into desert is definitely chasing that book to see if it pays off, if the pendant gamble pays off.
Which is interesting because the book was, of course, locked behind the fire rod, which is logically locked behind the lamp.
Right, right. Yeah, where the heck is this lamp? What haven't we seen?
Not in desert, that's for sure.
It could be catfish or in pod, I think, at this point. Or I guess it could, yeah, it could be in mire too.
No, because the flute was on the mountain.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So pod or catfish, I think, is the only thing we haven't seen.
Pyramid? I don't think we've seen Pyramid Ledge yet.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny. No, yeah, you're right. It could be. That'd be really funny, though, because usually, if you're going to do Aga anyway, you wait to finish Aga before checking the pyramid item, typically.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Mocha Jones hasn't really found anything in Eastern, and of course can't finish without a bow, so he's going to do this dark-locked vanilla big key chest, see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, and P-Train found his way into Skull Woods. I believe he's done everything now except for... Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the logic here. He's done everything except for the things we just mentioned, pod, catfish, and pyramid, but could it be an ice palace? Yeah, because Bombos was early.
Right. Bombos is our logical access to Ice Palace.
Oh, wow. That's so weird.
I don't think they want to be dipping pen to dice, though, if they can help it.
Unless they want to find their lamp. Yeah, so it looks like there's an item on the boss here, on Idiom's Hide in Desert. Or, well, it is a crystal, actually. I missed if he found anything in the dungeon itself. Woo! Getting close here for P-Train.
Now, with the fire rod, I think these runners would be okay doing the Aga Tower climb because the worst rooms are ones where you have torches you can light with the fire rod.
Yeah, definitely. This is such a clinching fight here, P-Train. One more hit for him to die, but I'm not sure where Moth is at on health. Not very good patterns, though, for a Fighter Sword Moth fight.
As if there were any good patterns for a Fighter Sword Moth fight. And of course, we haven't gotten a bottle, and ooh, there goes P-Train.
Yeah, it's super rough, too, because that's where the book was, so, you know, he's committing to this. I think he's pretty much out of checks, honestly, except for the couple we said earlier.
Right, I mean...
He's grabbing another key here, by the way.
Yeah. For good measure? Or in case he forgot?
He didn't check the front.
Oh, he didn't do the front.
But yeah.
And some nice bomb landmo strats from Edium there, and it's just a big 20, but it is a crystal.
Yeah, when do you just pull the trigger on Aga for these runners?
Hey, speaking of Aga, looks like Mocha Jones is now finally going to check Lumberjack and get the bad news.
Ah, yeah.
He hasn't been up Death Mountain yet. Oof. So P-Train is going to be missing out on the book for the time being.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder about that book because, you know, with the knowledge of the mirror location, you know that you can get into desert without it.
Right, so unless something's on a tablet, which you're going to need the mirror for anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I wonder why you would chase that early. The more I think about it, because, like, you know, instead of using the book to access desert, like, why wouldn't you just go to the Aga climb knowing you need the mirror anyway at this point? Like you said, you have the fire rod and it makes the hard dark rooms, like, bearable. Good old pinball mummies. P-Train hovering that gap very nicely. Gets his map out of the big chest. So I think at this point confirms there is an item on the boss. Let's see if he decides to go back for it or move on with his life and check other things.
Yep, he is going back to the back of... Oh no, he's doing the middle first.
Yeah, I think he wants the magic refill here.
Ah, makes sense, yeah.
Don't despawn it.
Death warping takes a little bit of time when you have blue mail.
Yeah. I think the Gib does do, what, 1 heart on blue mail?
Yeah. Yeah, they're a nice fast death warp on green mail.
That was one nice thing about the tournament stand hard mode was everything is a easy death warp in that mode.
Very much so. All too much so sometimes.
Yeah, you even death warp when you don't want to. It's great. All right, back for Moth round 2. So yeah, runners are kind of retracing each other's steps at this point. Edium looks like he'll be finishing up. Well, I'm not sure if he'll be finishing up Thieves Town here, but it looks like it. He hasn't been taking damage. Yeah, Moth gonna take out the P-Train. No, that hopefully not. P-Train gonna take on Moth for the second try.
Well, he's got plenty of magic now, so hopefully he can get in some good fire rod shots here.
Yeah, I think that's 6, 7. So one more. Okay, yeah, one more hit. Yep, there it is.
Good counting. I can never tell quite which one's hit. You know, with the whole spikes negate damage thing, because the designers just designed it so brilliantly.
Yeah, I don't know how I can tell anymore, but I can't always, but like a lot of times lately I'm like able to see like that's probably a hit and then just guess and look really smart when I'm correct.
So we were talking about items, and you were saying about what could still be in Turtle Rock for progression. We could still have Quake in Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, they can't get into Mire. That's a good point. I hadn't even noticed that until you said it.
Yeah, so in terms of our no mode, we need Hammer, Bow, and Quake.
Yeah, interesting. At this point, I am actually really curious why the runners do know that. I'm pretty sure that everyone knows there's a mirror there. Maybe I don't know if Mocha Jones ended up checking before going up Death Mountain here, but
I don't think he did.
I'm just wondering why they're putting it off at this point. Because you know, I know that at their skill level, these runners are able to do Dark Aga. Of course, it's not comfortable and fun. You don't want to have to do it, but you know, known progression there, and with the mirror and mitts and stuff, gives you a much more cleaner routing of Dark World, and also desert access, like I was kind of saying earlier. Like depending on where this lamp is, this desert could be pretty deep in the logic. I mean, accessed by the book, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we're running out of stuff. I mean, either you have to just do a Dark Aga play, or you start diving pod without the bow or the hammer.
Yeah, or same with Pendant Ice Pals. Just jump in without the hammer, right? Oh! Chat's pointing out very smart thing that they actually can't even get into Aga yet. I hadn't even thought about it.
Oh, right. We still need either a second sword or the cape, which you don't expect at 42 minutes.
Yep. Very good point. I was just wondering this the whole time, but yeah, it's really obvious when you can't do it. Of course they're not doing it yet. Gloves opened a handful of checks. Thanks, Blind. That probably feels pretty salty for Milla finding those mitts where he did. Or I should say, you know, as late as he got forced into them.
Yeah. And meanwhile, there's Edium's ice rod, so everyone except Milla's got both their rods.
Yeah, Milla had a pretty good fight there, not taking very much damage and able to take down Blind. Slightly off script, but, you know, gets the job done.
Yeah, so, you know, Milla should be getting his ice rod in the natural course of things, finishing off Village of Outcasts in the area.
I'm curious if he takes us all the way to Pod.
Yeah, I mean, Pendant Ice does actually... It's starting to sound a bit more appealing than hammerless, bowless pod.
Yeah, I mean, independent ice with the icebreaker tech that they have available, they can get everything in there except for the item on cold stare, if there is an item on cold stare. But they can't fight cold stare, and they can't grab the one chest that's behind the switch.
That's hard hammerlocked, yeah.
But they could still get the second one that is logically behind the hammer.
And I was just about to get excited because I thought P-Train might be using the pod portal, but no, he's just doing Eastern.
Yeah.
Edium, on the other hand, seems to be heading to pod.
Very nice. Yeah, without the hammer, it's hard to do much in this game.
Right, right. I'm not... What is this? 45 minutes, no hammer...
No swords. I mean, it looks like what's going to happen here is Edium's going to make the right play, unless Pod is just completely bow locked, which would actually be kind of funny at this point. Then the answer would have to be Ice Palace, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is just... Right. At least the thing about Pod is, you know right away from the first chest that, like, you could just be bow locked right off the bat.
Well, they're bow locked.
Edium just kind of hesitates there, pauses, you know.
So that means Ice Palace is the play. That's where the logical progression is. So I'm guessing, you know, the lamp is probably in there.
I mean, there's still Catfish and Pyramid Ledge, and Mocha Jones is going to check Catfish here.
I keep forgetting about Catfish and Pyramid Ledge.
Everyone forgets about Catfish and Pyramid Ledge.
Wow. Looks like Edium's doing TR.
Which is still out of logic without that lamp. So I guess that lamp is... They just assume at this point that lamp is in Ice Palace. That's the progression. They don't need lamp because they've got Fire Rod, and we're just going to go with it.
Oh, yeah. And I guess also this gives him Hera, and he can check Ether Tablet while he's here. I just realized that as well. But with all the stuff to clear TR, I don't know, like without having a bow, I guess you probably do Hera, Ether, and then if you don't find anything, you probably do TR, right? Instead of Ice Palace? I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably take green pendant TR over blue pendant or red pendant Ice Palace. So that's just a heart container on Ether Tablet.
Oh, okay. So far, the book is not really needed for anything. Now that's funny in kind of an ironic way. Our second sword is found by Milla on Bumper Ledge, which is blocked by the cape. So still can't do Aga. That's great. And I think Mocha Jones saw the Pyramid Ledge was not like a piece of heart or something. So.
Yeah. Good old vanilla piece of heart.
So the only thing you were supposed to do once you got into the Dark World was go to Pod and get your hammer in the first chest, and then leave and do other stuff.
Ooh, and Edium is actually taking the coffee break here.
Oh, interesting.
And this is good for Mocha Jones. He's going to get that hammer. P-Train still doesn't have it, and he's going to have to go all the way across, which may be what he's doing now.
I don't know why that bonk was just like, bam. Yeah, taking this portal like 4 times in the same seat is just you get tired after a while.
Well, if he would just go to Pod, he'll get his hammer, and then he won't have to take that portal anymore.
Yeah, why didn't he just go to Pod? First thing possible. Gets bonked by a rock in the bush, just for good measure. Oh, it's kind of funny.
So now we'll see whether Edium actually needed that big key for anything, or whether Herapodding would have saved him a minute or two.
This is a fun seed. I'm kind of really enjoying this race, even though it's absolutely silly.
So, okay, yeah, Mocha realized, because I was thinking, I don't think Mocha knows Mimic Clip. We don't have any bottles. We don't have a bow. I don't know where he was going to go in Pod.
Yeah.
I think I'm having some trouble with Harapot here.
Yeah, getting kind of lined up. I think he has it right there. Okay. Yeah, Milla gonna find his way into Pod. Just behind Mocha Jones, just behind Edium. I think that has to be Peach Train's last check, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to go to Pod, and Edium's coffee break was all for a map, so the other runners could save quite a bit of time if they simply Harapot and don't bother getting the big key.
Yeah, we'll see what they choose to do here. So Milla about to get his hammer out of Pod, as you do. I mean, it's basically NMG, right?
Sure, French vanilla. Oh, and Mocha did save scum that mushroom, and Magic Bat only had a piece of heart for all that.
Ah, bummer. So, quick debrief of the seed from chat. People are curious if they're starting to show up a bit. Casual boot seed. We found the mitts. The glove and the mitts was at Dam and Nagina to get your Dark World access, and then flippers were in King's Tomb and a couple items on Dark Death Mountain, including the flute. So we know the lamp is somewhere in the light world, but and also the red cane was in Blind Cell. But the major thing going on right now is this hammer in the front of Pod that everyone is about to find. Oh, and I guess the most important thing, Drosy, what's on Lumberjack?
Oh yeah, there's that mirror there on Lumberjack, which we still can't get because we can't get into Aga Tower.
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes without any access to Aga Tower with a mirror on Lumberjack.
And the only thing we found in Harrow was the Fisher-Price shield.
So the only thing in Harrow was sadness?
Basically, yeah. Hey, there's our cape in hammer pegs. So hammer from the front of Pod was our progression.
Oh my goodness.
Lamps presumably in Ice Palace because we don't have anywhere else where it could be, but that is our Aga access and therefore our mirror access. That will also get us the Master Sword on Bumper Ledge. I don't know if Mocha Jones knows about that mirror yet.
Yeah. Right, I was just thinking, I don't know if Mocha checked Bumper Cape, but doesn't have any magic because they fake powdered immediately before checking hammer pegs here. What a fun seed. But we'll not be able to get this without some magic, so hopefully he realizes that and is able to farm some magic.
Our tracker, Matt Ewok, informs me that Tower of Hera did have the best meringue, which just now is finally showing up on that very laggy tracker app that we use.
Ah, okay. Oh, it even has Quake.
Where did he get Quake?
I don't know. It looks like P-Train bottle clipped, or Mimic clip as well. So much going on.
Well, maybe P-Train will find a bow-locked bow here in Pod, and...
This quick swap, you never know what the runners have. Oh, Quake was in Turtle Rock. I think you called that, Drosy, right?
It was in the compass chest. Well, I was saying, that's one of the two things we could find in Turtle Rock, the other being a bow.
Yeah, thanks CS Tutor for keeping better eyes on this crazy race going on.
Of course, no one's checked Ped. There could still be a bow on Ped.
Wouldn't that just make the seed great? Nice all dungeon seed for a casual Friday night
Right.
casual boots race.
You have chosen the archer class.
Well, everyone's already done Skull Woods, so getting back to check it with a mirror is not going to happen.
True. And Mocha's giving us our first look at Purple Chest, which is just a piece of heart.
Yeah, it looks like the back of pod so far coming up empty. Maybe... Oh, was that a... Oh, never mind.
So, what's Mocha got? Is he going to do the ice play now? He can full clear it.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't a bad choice, really. I guess he doesn't know about the mirror, though, so that hurts.
Right, and our other runners all have to think to go to hammer pegs.
Yeah, they've all full cleared everything before leaving that area.
Yeah, it is by no means an obvious play. But watching the bottom runners, I haven't seen whether P-Train or Edium pulled anything in Pod or Thieves Town.
Right, I was just thinking that. I mean, hey, there's another shield.
Yay! We might see Fire Shield.
Yeah, there's a chance P-Train can only get one more item in Pod if Helmet has an item.
We haven't seen either of the map or the compass?
Yeah, so he just checked his menu there to confirm that.
Oh.
He was about to gamble on it. It's probably just garbage in the dark maze, but no, he's going to go do the checks. And we still haven't found the lamp. That's the other thing that's pretty funny right now.
Well, doesn't it pretty much have to be an ice?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Oh, it was the map in the compass in Dark Maze. That's awful.
Oof.
I think you're right. I think it has to be an Ice Palace now.
Well, Mocha Jones will do Icebreaker, so we'll get the 3 chests on the right side, and we'll start seeing what's here.
Very nice Icebreaker there.
And the other 3 runners are all converging on TR now. Well, P-Train will probably do Hera first.
You know, well, okay, there's the lamp. Yep.
Yay.
But Mocha Jones doesn't know about that mirror, because that's, you know, where you want to be next, if you can.
Yeah, the moral of that is... Okay, yeah, so Quake was in the compass chest, which is where it had to be, because that was the only thing Edium had already checked.
Ooh, did Edium get lasered?
Looks like...
Oh no, that's one of those hard reset things that... Oh
no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's awful.
I
didn't know that there was a hard lock on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, anywhere that you can get hit while dying immediately after falling into a pit where you would have died falling in the pit, it'll cause a hard reset. Well, it'll just bork the crap out of the game, and you have a hard reset to fix it.
Unfortunately, that is a forfeit from Edium, which I don't blame him. He lost a lot of progress doing that.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's really terrible.
Yeah, I mean, because he did Hera, and yeah, I don't blame him for not wanting to go back and doing that all over again. That's just unfortunate.
So, interestingly here, Mocha Jones has actually followed the logic train the best so far. Has access to Lumberjack Ledge, which has the mirror, but was the only one of our runners who didn't scout it, so doesn't realize the mirror's there, but has everything they need to be able to do that. You know, grab their mirror right now.
Yeah, but looks like he's climbing the mountain and is gonna do Hera and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I don't think we even found a sword or anything there either. It seems like that cape is the only thing you're allowed to have to do Aga.
Well, the cape will get you the sword, but yeah, not strictly necessary. Oh, and there's our bloomerang on Moldorm, I see.
Yeah, sorry, to be more clear, what I meant, like, I would be guessing all the other swords are locked behind that cape somehow in the logic chain.
Oh, yeah, that could easily be. I mean, that they could be in Swamp or Cave 45 or whatever.
Yeah, or like Sick Kid or Ganon's Tower or something silly.
Yeah, we still haven't found any bottles. Okay, chat's correcting me. I should have said we still haven't managed to acquire any bottles.
Well, yeah, we have the one bottle on Floating Island and the one bottle on Speck Rock, which both require a mirror to get, right? Which is locked behind that cape, so far, as far as we can tell.
Well, this is a seed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost at a loss for, what's next in the seed. We know Mocha Jones has the answer right now. I like this play from P-Train. Finding that Quake and knowing he can do Mire right now probably feels plenty comfortable doing it lampless.
Yeah, Mocha Jones has the answer, but he doesn't know the answer, whereas the other runners know what answer they're looking for, but they don't have it.
Actually, I'm thinking about this some more. P-Train has the ability to do Dark Mire, but looking at his loadout, he would have to do it with Fighter Sword Hammer, lampless, bottleless. So, not really something you want to do. Looks like that's his choice. He might be buying 2 or 3 bomb upgrades here in order to use bomb strats on Vidi, which is probably the best option he has in terms of being able to continue getting crystals.
Short of doing hammer pegs. And let's really hope Milla doesn't hardlock on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, totally what P-Train's doing. He's just gonna bomb the crap out of Vidi here. Each bomb does, I believe, Master Sword slash damage on Vidi, so I think it takes, like 12 bombs or something? 9 I don't remember, a bunch.
Oof.
Per eyeball. Of course, they do splash damage, right? So.
Well, and I mean, you can also do spin attacks with the Fighter Sword.
Yeah, you could. That sounds really awful. Like, you never want to have to do that, obviously, right? Especially with no potions or safeties.
Yeah.
I think that's the major thing.
And we haven't found anything good here on Laser Bridge. There's the key that had to be there.
Did he one-cycle that room?
Looked it.
That was a very good job with just the Fire Rod and Toothpick.
And Laser Bridge is a total waste, and Milla does not want to do Hammer Trinex strats.
That's fair. It would be...
Even though it's the green pendant.
Yeah, it'd be pretty rough. I don't remember if we got 5 items out of TR at that point, but if the bow's there, that would be pretty rough. Let's see where he chooses to go next.
Oh, Mocha Jones just found Tempered in Spike Cave, which is also logically cape locked, as far as we know, since we haven't gotten the Cane of Burna.
Well,
actually, it's still not logically available because you need cape plus magic extension.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The game's expecting you to do Aga Tower first and get that mirror.
I think he's sniffing this out. I think he's figuring out what the seed's trying to tell him. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you think it's Lumberjack, just go, well, I guess you check it first. He doesn't have, like, anything left, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he never did TR.
Oh, that's true.
Which is actually fully in logic for him.
But, yeah, he's definitely gotten the memo about the mirror now.
Yeah, he needs to actually still do the first chest in TR to get Quake to be able to do Mire.
We could be here for a while.
Well, but sorry, what you just said too about logically being able to do Spike Cave with the cape, right? You couldn't even do it anyway without the cape. They only have 12 hearts. And since they have no bottles, like there's no way anyone could actually get to Spike Cave without that cape. So you still can't get to Aga without the cape.
Right, well, unless Kane of Burna were to show up.
Yeah, good point.
But I don't know where Kane of Burna would show up at this point.
It's probably in, like, validation chest. Yeah, this is a pretty rude seed. Looks like Milla's diving Mire as well here. So there was an item in Spike Chest in Mire. Just 5 rupees though, nothing useful. And I believe that puts an item on the boss here. I didn't see if P-Train found another item.
Yeah, I'm losing track.
Yeah, Mocha Jones is actually like our only runner in Logic right now. Found the lamp in Ice Palace and is able to do the Aga climb with a lamp, and found a bunch of swords to make all that much easier.
Yeah, and all that's left is just that, well, one, we know Mocha Jones will need to go independent TR to get the Quake Medallion to enter Crystal Mire, and we still don't know where the heck a bow is, and for all we know, it could be on Ped, it could be on Green Pendant, you know, something really ugly like that.
Yeah. I like your Ped idea. I think Ped's fully in Logic right now.
Because this seed hasn't been cruel enough. I get
well,
it.
We saw it wasn't on Laser Bridge, right? Like, yeah, so, yeah. Just a really quick update what's going on right now. Hammer was in the first chest of Pod. And the mirror is on Lumberjack, and the first access we've had to Aga at all was the cape in Hammer Pegs, which has locked 2 swords so far, and 2 bottles that we know of so far. So, or I guess 1 sword, specifically. Oh, look at that. Eyes on the prizes, hearts for P-Train. That's a very smart thing to do here.
So, first of all, welcome to our 152 Raiders from Speed Gaming. That was a much faster race, I gather.
I realized I just explained everything before people showed up.
But yeah, since you see the forfeit on Edium there, unfortunately he got a hard lock on Laser Bridge and lost a lot of progress, and I don't blame him one bit for not wanting to redo everything he had done on Death Mountain there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got one of those 1.0 glitches that makes you lose a lot. So P-Train bought, I think, 4 bomb upgrades before coming in here.
And he's working through. Poor P-Train, though, if he just knew about those 2 extra swords.
I mean, full cleared Village of Outcast, then get your hammer in front of Pod, and then go straight back to Village of Outcast for Spike Cave, like, or hammer pegs. Just follow the logic, duh, right? It's so easy.
Well, Milla's going back to the Kakariko portal, so I wonder if he will be doing hammer pegs now.
Well, we know it's the right play for this seed, so let's find out.
So how's P-Train gonna do the big eyeball? Just a mother load of spin? Oh, hammer, right. Forgot about hammer.
Yeah, I think it's like 16 hammer hits or something, or 12. I always forget the damage tables for Vidi.
I think it's 16.
Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, that is a really, really tough fight. Good for P-Train for finishing that. For, what is that, 50 bucks?
Yep.
Gets half of the money back from buying a bomb refill.
And there is Milla's cape, which will unlock the rest of the seed for him.
Yeah, looks like grabbing this purple chest on the way out. Just, clean up some checks you haven't done that are on the way. But with that cape, he can now access... Well, he can access Aga, but he can also grab the sword on Bumper Cave. And, yep, Mocha Jones now with his mirror is what was on Hylia? Oh, wait, I missed this earlier.
Did he not check it?
There's a bow? Holy crap, we have been missing this whole time.
Yeah, I totally didn't know. So,
wow.
We are in no mode then, and I guess we have been in no mode because the other runners must have checked Lake Hylia Island, right?
I want to say yes, but, I don't remember that at all.
Hey, and look where P-Train is.
Yeah, P-Train's actually made a lot of progress in this seed. As far as, clearing crystals and clearing dungeons, I think he's actually cleared everything. Once he finds this cape, I believe he knows where the second sword is, and I would imagine he knows where the bow is. So he will be in, basically, well, he'll be in no mode himself right now.
Yeah, and Mocha Jones just needs to think to dip Pendant TR, which is not an obvious play. Hey, and Milla's about to get his...
Oh!
Oh, no! No!
Oh, I hate to see that.
I spoke too soon. So, P-Train's seeing his Master Sword there. I'm guessing he probably won't make it into Spike Cave to get his Tempered Sword.
Yeah, I imagine, that he does know where that bow is. Why wouldn't he? He's in go mode here. He knows it once he gets this Master Sword. He's done with the seed, I bet.
So, to answer a question in chat, basically, everyone else broke the heck out of logic, and Mocha Jones more or less stayed within logic.
Yeah, that's really it. I feel like we have enough new people again to debrief the race so far. Should we do another review?
Yeah.
We kind of know what's going to happen the rest of the seed at this point. We're in kind of no mode. We just got to get the runners to go to the right places for here on out.
But yeah, we found out early on that the mirror was on Lumberjack, which has kind of been the crux of this whole seed. Figuring out how to get to the mirror on Lumberjack, which was a fairly long process because we did not have AGA access for the longest time. The hammer was in the first chest of pod. Our logical access over there was flippers from CAC portal. So it took a while for most runners to get that. The second and third swords we're aware of are on Bumper Ledge and Spike Cave, both cape locked. The cape was at Hammer Pegs, so you then had to go back to Hammer Pegs after getting the hammer at Pod, by which point, of course, you'd already cleared out Village of Outcasts. What else? Flute and Fire Rod were both on Death Mountain, so we knew Lamp was locking the whole thing. Well, Lamp is in Pendant Ice Palace. Mocha Jones went in there, but I don't see the other runners doing that.
Yeah, that was the big one, I think, that is going to be hard for, well, depending on if runners end up finding it, is I guess you could suss out the logic, right? Like, Flute had to be there. We kind of figured that out. Or, sorry, not Flute. Lamp had to be in Ice Palace. Yeah, and there were also 2 bottles locked behind Mirror as well that we know of, so the game really did not want you to find a way to access AGA without that cape.
Right, we have a bottle on Speck Rock and a bottle on Floating Island. I think poor innocent mind of me rolled this seed, actually.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, Mocha Jones never dipped TR, so he won't have... Oh, that's the other thing, too. Meyer is Quake to access, which is in the first Compass chest, I believe it is, in Turtle Rock. So he'll end up having to full clear pod in Eastern here, which is unfortunate. It's a pretty big time loss not having dipped Turtle Rock earlier.
And we got both rods and Samaria fairly early on. That was the other interesting thing, that Samaria was in Blind Cell, and of course with where the hammer was, you basically had to take a leap of faith and do Thieves Town without the hammer. Turns out the map was in the big chest, so they didn't miss anything.
Yeah, so with this AGA fight, P-Train can get his mirror off Lumberjack and knows that the bow is on Lake Hylia Island, and also knows that there's, I think it's a fairy in a bottle and a blue goo on Death Mountain. So I think he can really just go mode the rest of the game, pick up any one or both of those bottles on the way to Ganon. If he, well, I think you have to, right? If you have Fire Rod only, you need to pick up at least the blue goo.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the fight technically with
perfectly.
Perfect fight, but unless you do the Samaria refill glitch.
And I just realized, I wonder if maybe Milla can't do Dark Aga Climb, even with the Fire Rod.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not sure.
And so if he's just looking far and wide for the lamp, though he should have known from logic that it couldn't be here in the back of Skull Woods because the Fire Rod was logically lamp locked.
Yeah, that was like an hour ago when we found that Fire Rod. So again, it's just kind of like, crap, what haven't I done at this point? Just start cleaning stuff up. But yeah, because, man, what a seed though. Lamp was in Ice Palace here. So, not go mode yet. Not going to call it before P-Train picks up the bow. I believe he'll do Swamp first and then pick up the bow on the way to Pod, though.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if P-Train checked like Hylia Island. He probably did. He's usually diligent about stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny that I don't remember anyone checking it, but I have to assume that everyone knows it was there.
And the only possible explanation I can think of for why Milla hasn't done Aga to get that mirror yet is he's looking for the lamp and doesn't realize that logically it can't be here.
Yeah, it totally could be. Yeah, so I mean, this is going to be okay for him in a way. Everyone else basically did this too, and it is a crystal dungeon, so as far as potentially losing time on anything that a runner could be doing, you didn't need the book to access desert in the seed, but every runner basically did desert before. Oh, I guess that's not true. Mocha Jones did not. I was going to say before finding the mirror. Actually, Mocha Jones didn't even do Skull Woods, which ended up working out really well. And a nice takedown of Helma. So it looks like third crystal there for Mocha Jones, and P-Train will finish Swamp Palace for his, fifth crystal, I believe?
And P-Train is go-moding Swamp Palace, so that indicates he definitely knows where that bow is.
Ah, cool. He's not looking for a sword in Swamp?
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't at least do that, map chest, since it's fairly on the way, to see if he could get tempered.
Probably just end up doing like the Diver Down rooms and maybe the Waterfall room. Is that the official name now? The Diver Down rooms? Did everyone move to that?
I mean, what were they called before that? Just Flooded Room?
I think so, yeah. Such a boring name, Flooded Room. Nice big key. I was kind of hoping for like map, compass, like thanks game.
I'm hoping for silvers because, after watching the main tournament for the last few months, do we really want to see another Master Sword Silverless Ganon fight?
I mean, start the spin cycle?
I assume P-Train has a good Master Sword Argus fight, though.
Yeah, if you do this right, you can still do dash pokes and pop the eyeballs one at a time, but it's a pretty tight trick, so it looks like he's just going with a double slash here.
Oh, not even taking them two at a time.
Yeah, it was a nice casual boots.
So it's kind of funny, the fact that most of the runners broke the heck out of logic delayed them getting their mirror and opening up the seed, but did let them get that Quake medallion that Mocha Jones, who's been generally following logic, may be a while from finding.
Yeah, it's funny though, because everything had to be like super out of the way, right? Like we've been saying, you get your mitts for Dark World access, and what did you actually need? You needed the red cane in Blind Cell. You needed the hammer in the front of Pod. You needed the cape in Hammer Pegs. And then that's it. That's all you needed. That's all you needed to do on this seed. I think everything else was just kind of like trash bait that was just there because the game has to fill the rest of the chests with items somehow, right? Like, yeah, you found an ice rod, but you didn't need it. Oh, sorry, and the Quake medallion in Turtle Rock.
Hey, maybe Trinex is sitting on the silver arrows.
That would be fun, actually.
Well, we have 10 people still racing, so most of our runners are sticking this out. Milla is going to get his lamp shortly, and I have to imagine he'll go to Aga after that.
Yeah, I would think so. You know, knowing how the seed's going to play out, as soon as he gets his lamp here, we'll be able to just, like, hopefully go straight to Aga. You know, be able to get his bow, and we'll see. We'll see after that.
Oh yeah, and Mocha's gonna be full clearing swamp here because he still doesn't know about Quake.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate where that Quake placement ended up being, and the fact that he ended up not dipping Turtle Rock when he was up there. I kind of missed how that happened. Maybe he went in through the bottom of Super Bunny or something. No, because he did Hera, so I don't know how he ended up not. Oh, it was because he did Spike Cave, maybe.
Right, he did Spike Cave after. But why wouldn't he have done Turtle Rock first and then go over to Spike Cave?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how he ended up not in Turtle Rock when he was there, because he did have everything to full clear it, including the lamp and a Master Sword too, right? No,
Yeah.
he got that later. I forget now.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Oh wait, no, he did, because when he did Spike Cave, he got his tempered.
Yeah. Well, here's P-Train in pod getting his 6th crystal, and then he can just mirror over to Eastern.
Looks like he set up the spin speed here for hammer hits. So P-Train taking down his 6th crystal, has already dipped Eastern, so has the big key, can just go straight to the back and take on Armos Knights. And yeah, like you said, Milla went, found his lamp, went straight to Aga, going for the mirror immediately after. And nice clip there from Mocha Jones using the hook shot to bounce through those blocks.
Yeah, that's a pretty swaggy clip and a bit risky because if you get it wrong, you have to leave and reset the room.
Yeah, it's one of those really awesome tricks that saves exactly 0 time and looks really cool when you do it. So, yeah, but Mocha Jones digging out all of Swamp Palace to to look for his Quake medallion here.
I'm guessing when he finds the big key in Diver Down room, he'll double back for the big chest.
Yeah, Milla doing a good job getting through Aga Tower here. Using Fire Rod to kill the guards faster is always nice. To have some decent a decent loadout when you have to come up here, and in this case, at the end of the seed.
Well, might as well start getting a Gans Tower big key prediction in the prediction window. You can also spam numbers in chat if you like. 1 to 22, integers preferred.
Yeah, no rationals or irrationals here, right? What's your favorite guess, Rossi? I know that You had a pretty high place on the leaderboard when the bot used to work.
Yeah, I mean, mostly just from guessing 10. I like to see it in that first chest in Rando room, honestly.
Cool.
Not too big a spoiler, but that's where it was in the Gamma 2 Obscure Lifeform race that just concluded.
I mean, it sounds like a spoiler. No, just kidding.
I spoiled the big key location.
So it looks like P-Train opting, well, so far opting for the single bottle. I'm sure he'll be fine. Like, maybe he'll find half magic in the climb. We know there's another sword in Spike Cave, so there's a chance still he gets silvers and maybe another sword in GT, but otherwise, oh, it was a green potion. Actually, that might be useful.
Yeah, I'd grab that. I don't know P-Train's level of confidence in terms of how much magic he needs for Master Sword Silverless Ganon without half magic and on Fire Rod.
Yeah, Milla finishing up Aga fight. Can go get his mirror now. And, you know, should be able to finish up everything else in the seed. Once grabbing the bow off of Hylia Island.
Hey, Mocha Jones actually gets to use Tempered Sword for the Argus fight.
Hey, not bad.
Oh, there was Arcane of Burna, so yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. Thanks, game.
Yeah, that sword was definitely locked behind the cape.
Holy crap! The logic of this seed was super rude.
Yeah, we don't know where the fourth sword is, but as far as we know, that cape absolutely locked like half the seed.
Yeah, the one cape. Well, the hammer in the first chest of pod, blocking the cape in hammer pegs, which locked literally the entire seed. This whole seed was governed by the cape. That's pretty wild, actually. It's funny too because we saw that mirror at the beginning, and you remember. Do you remember back in our day when
when we were wondering whether Swamp would even be a pendant or a crystal?
Yeah, is mirror even required on this seed? It can happen when it's not. It's fine. It's fine.
So it looks like our bottom two runners are both converging on Meyer now. At least they're not doing it with a fighter sword like a certain runner on the top did.
Well, he had 30 bombs. Oh crap, there's the other sword!
Oh, mirror locked, of course!
And so Mocha Jones ending up with 4 swords where P-Train will not find the other 2, and really curious if we see silvers at this point. I mean, you know, as I like to say, if you need a sword, it's always in checkerboard. But only if you need one. Not if you're just looking around.
Right, I don't know if Milla will get it, and Milla did take that unfortunate death in Spike Cave, just barely mistiming his magic and health.
Oh man, that was rough. That was super close.
So I hope for his sake that he does check checkerboard. If he can't do a Dark Aga climb with Fire Rod, I'm guessing he's not too comfortable with Master Sword Silverless Ganon either.
I mean, thinking like the way he went into Meyer here, he did not pick up the bow before going in, I believe. So we'll have to do Master Sword Vidi without any potions or anything. So hopefully he kills the little blobs that fall from the sky, because we saw from P-Train's side, those actually drop hearts. So it would be a nice little health refill for him to get it before going into the fight. Well, no big key yet.
I guess that settles our prediction then. We've seen all the rooms with 4 chests. It's got to be in either the Ice Armos area / Bob's chest or Tile Room. Could be Tile Room given how this seed's been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I need just YOLO Tile Room at this point. Ooh, Milla dodging that lightning very nicely here. Had some dash strats early with the cape, and gonna start using bomb strats here a little bit. Some spins. Taking down some eyeballs already, so just got to be careful with the big eye once it gets released from the goo.
I mean, you can just whack at it with the Master Sword until the end of time, and eventually it'll go down.
Yeah, just got to get it like not on a weird bounce where you end up playing jump rope with it,
Okay, he's got the hammer out. Might use that.
Yeah, I think this is one of those be safe and just do what he's doing here. Just whack it as it comes close to you. So, Mocha Jones. Ooh.
Hey, there's our 3rd bottle, the second that P-Train's acquired. And guess where the big key is, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow. What a seed.
Yeah, so I wonder if Milla didn't check Lake Hylia Island. Just like the comms didn't check Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah, well, we've been too busy watching this this amazing madness play out. So if we want to say the other bow's mirror lock just for fun, right? It could be in Mimic Cave. It could be on Bombo's tablet. It could be in the other mirror lock overworld checks, like anywhere pretty crappy, but it's nice that we knew where it was immediately upon finding that mirror. I guess it could be in Swamp. No, it can't, because we saw Mocha Jones full cleared Swamp.
And Terry Pegula is a horrible, horrible person who wins our GT Big Key guessing game today.
Good job. I mean, of course, Bo could also still just be a GT climb, but since we haven't found it yet, I just feel like we're not going to, Is that arrows?
Yeah. Good resource management. I mean, he runs out in exactly the right place, gets a few more, shouldn't need them.
I mean, he bought 30 bomb upgrades, not a single arrow upgrade. Like, I guess it didn't matter, but...
And he's not exactly short on cash.
Yeah, the seed gave you money, it just didn't give you anything to spend it on. Except upgrades.
Oh, and Mocha Jones is still scouring the world for that Quake medallion.
Well, at least he's not looking for a sword. He's gonna find silvers, I know it. We're gonna end up seeing silvers on his side. He's gonna be like, yeah, well, why didn't you find 4 swords and silvers, P-Train? Like, what were you doing the whole time?
Or else Ganon will tell P-Train where silvers were.
Ah, that's true. This is not hard standard mode.
That could be an interesting prediction. What happens first? Someone finds silvers or Ganon tells us where they are?
And they're not on planet Zedis.
Because, yeah, Mocha Jones has 6 crystals. He really just needs that Quake medallion. Hey, Cave 45. Haven't seen that yet. Oh, P-Train getting caught in a slightly dicey situation, but extricates himself.
Yeah, I'm doing this climb pretty well with Master Sword. It's a little annoying with some of the enemies.
And there are 4 chests at the top where there could be silvers. Of course, what'll be really funny is if P-Train opens these 4 chests, no silvers, and then Ganon says, "Did you find the arrows in my tower?" And we know they had to be in the big chest.
Oh god, yeah, that would be the worst.
Oh, and Mocha Jones, I guess he's a bit tilted. He must not realize that the big chest here has the map.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's an arrow. I don't believe it was
A very
silver.
special arrow.
A unique arrow, one might say.
Back in the days when people actually read hints.
Oh man, that's such a funny one. There's a unique item in Hera Basement. You go open it for a single arrow. Okay, thanks, Ganon's Tower.
I'm sure P-Train was also hoping for a sword, but... oh, so I see P-Train's tracker shows 3 bottles. Did we actually find 2 bottles in GT Basement?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, all the bottles were hard-locked by the mirror. Which was hard-locked by the cape, which means that you couldn't even do Spike Cave for the other sword. Hard-locked by the cape in Hammer Face.
Where the heck was half magic? I mean, there are only a handful of places that we haven't seen. Trinex, Green Pendant, Pedestal.
No, it's got to be behind all that.
And GT Big Chest.
Actually, it doesn't matter as much, right? Because once you have the cape, the mirror comes into logic and all the bottles and all the other crap too, right?
Right.
Like the I think the seed roller thing only cares if you get Master Sword. So it put that Master Sword on Bumper Ledge in logic, and then everything else just happened to be in logic behind it.
I was thinking about half magic, though, more in terms of the implications of, the misery for P-Train here having to do Master Sword silverless with Fire Rod and no half magic.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we've actually seen literally everything in the game except for Green Pendant, Trinex. There might have been another item in ice. I don't think so, though, because Mocha Jones would have kept digging after finding the lamp.
Speaking of which, Mocha Jones is finally going up the mountain here.
Maybe Ped?
Yeah, we never got a Ped check. And don't forget GT Big Chest, which no one ever checks unless they're J. Coper getting their Go Mode Master Sword in it.
Classic GT Big Chest. Doing a good job. Oh, was there a fairy in one of those bottles?
Nope.
Oh, rough. Okay, well, has plenty of safeties. Just got to be, not get hit. Yeah,
honestly, since he's beaten Aga, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't just flute to 2, load up. Oh, so Mocha Jones never even opened Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and is he going to get? He must be going to get this bottle real quick. Oh, Sick Kid could have half magic. And that would still
because of the bottles, we never saw Sick Kid.
Oh man, poor lazy kid sitting there with all of the useful things to help us fight Ganon easier.
Well, the credits will at least tell us what was on Sick Kid and what was on Pedestal.
I'd be really happy if Sick Kid had a bow. Honestly, at this point. Did you find the arrows on Lazy Kid? P-Train must have been counting there since he stopped doing double spins in the corner.
Yep, phase 3.
The second half of the spin cycle. Ooh, okay, so he found an empty and a B, so he has to get a He used all his magic here. Or do the Samaria refill. Oh, okay, he's done.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, I don't know why he didn't, flute over to the magic shop.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to leave the portal there because then you have to climb again, but looks like he's like, fine, whatever, I don't care anymore. Get some potions, climb back up, Aga Tower.
At this point, you just flute to 4 and use the Aga portal. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, good point. That's what you were implying. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sick Kid was a bust. So it looks like, did Mocha Jones still not enter TR here?
He still hasn't entered TR.
Oh, man,
he
that's
opened
rough.
it. He's going to feel kind of silly when he enters it.
So, Drosky, I just want to say this has been a fantastic season. I'm really enjoying commentating this right now.
Well, as I said to you before the race, I had a feeling we'd probably be here for a while, and I'm glad I get to hang out with you for it.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the runners as well for running this amazing seed and putting on a show that everybody missed the first hour of to go watch other things, it seems like. But I'm glad everyone's here joining us now and getting to watch
Edium
this
was
train wreck.
mercifully spared by his hard lock.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, shout outs to the trackers for being able to follow 4 runners at a time. We had enough trouble as it is, watching this, but Matt Ewokert and D2 Kemps did a really good job tracking this race for sure. Keeping us honest on all the things that we're too blind to see, like a bow on Hylia Island.
We just got a 3rd forfeit from a runner who says in the race chat that unfortunately their computer crashed an hour 46 into the race. But that leaves 9 runners still racing, so P-Train may very well be #1 overall if he can get through this Ganon fight.
Yeah, I think now he has... How many potions did he buy? Like 3?
Well, he had the 1 already, and he bought 2 more, one of which he's drunk to refill his magic, so he still has 2.
Okay. And, I hadn't realized that Mocha Jones had full cleared all their crystal dungeons on their way looking for Quake, so we'll be heading into the Vidi fight now. Dark World Silvers. Pyramid Fairy? Is that like the only Dark World check we didn't see?
Oh yeah, we didn't even think about Pyramid Fairy.
I think that's literally the only thing we didn't see.
Yeah. We also never checked Bombos Tablet.
Wouldn't that be Light World?
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying in terms of...
Oh, okay.
Things we didn't see in this game, which are few and far between.
Yeah, it's gotta be Pyramid Fair. They're just vanilla silvers. Like, thanks, game. By the way, just to point out, P-Train did nail that torch glitch, which is not free with a Fire Rod, and is now just getting triples. So 24 total spins.
And there's no way you're going to Pyramid Fairy because it was locked by Meyer and Eastern, which means you already have Quake and you already have Bow at that point, so what would you be looking for?
Yeah. Silvers. Oh, he just, like, loaded up on Blue Goose. Good call.
Yeah. Well, when you have that much money, I mean, he still has 1,500 rupees.
Yeah, looks like Milla's back in Mire now. Both runners, Mocha Jones and Milla.
And there goes Ganon. Get your GGs in chat. As P-Train crosses with an official race time of 1:48.48, first on our restream and first overall.
Fantastic seed.
And we're joined by P-Train. Enjoy dumpster fires much?
Yeah, that was a noun.
You never found the lamp, sir. How are you
Yeah,
supposed to beat the game when you're out of logic the entire time?
I guess it had to be an ice, right?
Yep. You also never found the other two swords?
Did anybody?
Yeah, Mocha Jones is on butter right now.
Where were they?
Checkerboard and Spike Cave.
Checkerboard and Spike Cave. Yeah, those aren't two locations Checkerboard, I don't know. But Spike Cave, I probably was never going to get.
Well, I was kind of surprised that you went to Meyer as early as you did.
So, yeah, that was such a weird call. So I got tunnel vision when I saw Meyer. There were a couple of things that were just throwing me off this entire scene. Finding Mirror on Lumberjack made me want to put off a whole bunch of stuff until I had that mirror. Because it's like, oh, if I just get a sword, I'm okay with Dark Agate. So, all I need's a sword. This is easy, right? And dear Lord, like that sword just never came. So that really made my route like really bad. And when I found Ether in Turtle Rock, number one, I felt super behind because of the dumpster fire of a moth fight. In addition to Skull Woods being completely useless, the book was garbage.
Yep.
I felt super behind, so when I got that, I was like, oh yeah, all I need is a sword. Let's go to Meyer. And I was like, wait a minute, Meyer's only got 2 items. I was like, but it's a 5/6 crystal. I was like, but Eastern's the other 5/6.
Oh.
So in hindsight, maybe that was a bit short-sighted. I guess it worked out. I don't think there was anything in Turtle Rock.
We never actually saw Trinex. So.
The unknown hat, does that mean Red Mail was on, Ped?
I believe so, yes. But yeah, man, that those swords threw me for a loop. I felt behind. So I decided to rush Meyer. I bought a whole bunch of bombs because I'm like, man, Fighter Sword VD's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And it did.
Luckily, I only pretty got tight at the end,
boss.
right?
Yeah. I was like, not another boss. Like, please no.
Yeah, I think you were in Oko mode at the end.
Yeah, 3 hearts left.
But by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, notice the new credits. Oh, P-Train, you designed your own sprite. How about that? You're in your own credits.
Yeah. Good job.
And the ability to press X to go through the credits at 4 times the speed.
Without borking the music.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, when I got Quake, I just thought I would chance it, and then at that point, I was like, well, if anything's in Turtle Rock, I'm lost. So let's clean up the hammer pegs and purple chest, because I figured that nobody had a convenient hammer pegs route, so something's there, we're good. And Cape was there, and that was all I needed.
Yeah, so obviously from our perspective, we got to see literally everything in the seed.
I believe it. I'm shocked.
Except mirror checks, but
I can't believe this wasn't closer. I mean, between my moth fight and then also forgetting that I thought I had 2 green potions. In my mind, I picked up the bottle on Floating Island.
Oh yeah.
So when I went to Ganon and I burned my cape to get to the final phase, and then I paused and I was like, wait a minute, why do I only have 1 blue potion? I was like, the only way it's technically possible to do Ganon, Master Sword Ganon on 1 magic potion, but you have to get Torch Glitch and Cape Spin, and it's just, it's nuts. Like, it's practically impossible.
Well, you can always do some Mario refill, right?
Nah, I wasn't going to chance any of that. And at that point, I thought I had lost anyway, so I'm really surprised to win this one.
Well,
I
I
kind of
can't
wonder
speak.
what's holding up everybody else. I hope that doesn't come across as like super arrogant. But
I can't speak to the runners off stream, but Edium was pretty well positioned until he hard locked on Laser Bridge.
oh
Yeah, he
no,
got
did he get like
1.0'd.
1.0'd?
Yeah, so that's why he forfeited. He lost quite a lot of progress when that happened.
Yeah, that's fair. Same thing happened to me actually. Wednesday, I believe. Um, I killed Trinex, and my game never came back online, and
Oh,
I had to redo Hera and redo Turok because my game just locked up. So I've been there. That's not a fun feeling. Almost
yeah, that's rough.
forfeited, and I think I ended up coming back to fourth. But I don't know. I think the seed was a little bit more nasty than I realized, and I was just focused on the hard lock.
Yeah, so one major thing that we noticed, like as we were really trying to pick through the logic of like, well, first of all, I don't know, around like 50 minutes ish to an hour, I was like, why the heck is everyone going to Skull Woods? Why are doing when me and Drossi were trying to talk about it? And someone in chat's like, they can't even get to Aga. They don't have a cape or a sword. Like, oh yeah, right. And so we started trying to figure out, well, what's the seed want us to do? Where are these people going? And when Mocha Jones found the cape, and then as the seed progressed, we started trying to put it all together, and we're like, was it actually ever possible to do this seed without getting that cape? And I think the answer was no, because Blue Cane was in Ganon's tower, all the bottles were behind the mirror, and then all the swords were behind it, and I think there just wasn't enough hearts to ever do Spike Cave. Like you couldn't even do Spike Cave because all the bottles and the cane and everything were all behind the cape. So like that cape was the absolute bottleneck for this seed.
And it's in a horrible spot too, because you get mids for Dark World access.
Yeah, with the hammer.
That's a weird one. Maybe that's it then. Maybe that's what's tripping everybody up. Like, cause I between my moth fight and then my Ganon, like taking a Ganon death, and then not like forgetting I had a second bottle. I thought, I was like, man, there's no way I'm winning this.
Yeah, that got pretty rough at the end.
Those hammer pegs are hard to get to though in this seed.
What about that GT Big Key? He didn't just like yellow it at that point.
Oh, so there was green goo in the map chest. Mocha Jones just pulled it. So P-Train, had you already used that green
you
goo?
used it in the climb because after the red cane rooms in the climb.
Yeah, I picked up the blue potion and then I got that green potion, and in my mind I was like, oh, I have 3 potions. I picked up the blue potion on the way simply because I wanted to use the fire rod to kill Lammo too. That was literally the only reason why I grabbed it. And then I found the other green potion. I'm like, okay, cool. I have 3 potions, so I can burn 1 in GT, and then I still have 2 for my Silverless Ganon. And I didn't realize that I only had the 2 potions. I think somewhere between seeing the green potion on Floating Island and finding the 3rd bottle in GT with just a B in it, my brain just said, okay, you have 3 potions, and that was not the case.
Yeah, what a fun seed. What a nice casual Friday night, relaxing, play some rando, have a good time.
And then of course the GT Big Key had to be in Tile Room.
Yeah, I mean, this seed was, I felt great about this seed. Like, I had mitts before Eastern, and I felt good about that. Went up to the mountain, found a whole bunch of goodies, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll commit to, we'll do Thieves Town, but not the back. And then I take, the Smith to Hype Cave, and I opt not to do the flippers to pot and all that stuff. Because my thought was, all right, well, I left Thieves Town, so if Hype Cave doesn't pay out, then we go back to Thieves, do Skull, and then just take the north route. So I did Thieves Town, left an item in Thieves, wasn't happy about that.
There was an item in the big chest.
Yeah, there was an item. You got nothing but dungeon items in the front.
Oh,
we missed that. We thought it was the map.
We missed the map. Map and compass.
I could have sworn I saw like 10 arrows in the front.
I don't think so. No. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% sure because I actually checked my pause menu on the way out to
Okay, wow. Because then that wasn't I missed something. That was I actually missaw something because I could have sworn I saw a junk item pick up in the front of Thieves.
No.
Okay, my bad.
So I did Thieves, left an item there, and then the way Skull Woods worked out, I wanted to do back to front, but then Moth, like my first Moth fight, Moth just would not come down.
Yeah, and then when you did it,
there
it was like a
literally
hard charge.
nothing I could do. And then of course the second fight, it's like, oh, is this even a boss fight? You know. Like, but yeah, and then I ended in the back of Skull Woods, and I didn't getting the book. I had to believe. I was like, as long as it took me to get this book, I have to believe that this is something.
Yeah.
So yeah, save and quit out of Skull Woods. I'm not doing the North Route anymore. Go get absolute garbage out of Desert, and then now I'm doing the North Route again. So getting the hammer, like everything after the mountain, it just felt like things went downhill.
Yeah.
And then Master Sword, Silverless Cannon, without half magic to top it off.
And without lamp.
Yeah.
The best part.
I mean, that was my own doing, though. Yeah, I could have changed. I had a pretty good feeling it was in ice. I just never had a reason to go to ice. And that was what made the... I don't know. Do you ever... Y'all are both racers. You know, do you ever get the feeling that you're just being stubborn, that you've skipped something, and you just have no idea what it is? Like, you're putting something off, and you're like, no, I'm not going there. Even though I'm like 70% sure that progression is there, right now it's just a matter of principle. I'm not going there.
Yeah, sometimes you just commit to not doing something.
So, but I had that feeling, but it was about Ice Palace, and it was about Pod, and it was about Catfish. So it's like,
yeah,
in the
just
mid
one
game,
of the
there was
things
just,
that everything.
Yeah, in the mid game, there was just no good decisions.
And unfortunately, that is a forfeit from Milla. I don't know if he forgot about Tile Room or just Tile Room was the straw that broke the camel's back, but he is done with this race.
Understandable.
Yeah, this was a seed.
But yeah, I do have to head off. So appreciate the restream, guys. This seed was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will go down. There is a special place in hell for this seed.
I'll
like
catch y'all
actually
later.
though. Thanks, P-Train.
Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. So I don't know if Milla wants to join us and talk about this seed after all that. He is in the waiting room, so we'll see if we can get him up here. Hey, Milla, GG.
Hey, Milla.
Hey, that seed was something else.
Yeah.
Tile Room Big Key was just the one thing too many for you?
Yeah, it was like a series of events leading up to that, and then when I got to that point, I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to finish this. Like, then I looked at, like, a lot of other people also forfeited, so I didn't feel so bad doing so.
Yeah, it looks like there were 2 hardware issues that caused some of it, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
But yeah.
I knew good and early that the mirror was on Lumberjack Ledge. I was like, oh, as soon as I can get that, I should do it. And then I last location the lamp. And I'm sure some of the runners probably just did Aga Tower in the dark, but I'm not good enough to do that. So
just P-Train. Just P-Train.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
I can't pull that off, so.
So the one thing to be aware of, though, is the Death Mountain logic that you were searching for the lamp in places it couldn't have been. Because the flute on Death Mountain meant that Death Mountain was logically lamp locked. So the fact that Fire Rod was on Death Mountain meant Fire Rod was lamp locked. So lamp couldn't be on Moth or behind Moth.
Yeah, like in Desert.
Okay. Yeah, if you were talking about my Turtle Rock dip, I was also looking for a sword upgrade or the other bow. That's part of the reason I did that.
Oh, I think it
Turtle
was.
Rock's fine. No, I was just talking about that you went to Moth and that you then went to Desert while you were looking for the lamp.
Okay. No, Moth gave me the book, which actually gave me the ability to full clear Desert, so I figured it's a crystal, I might as well knock it out. I wasn't necessarily looking for the lamp going to Desert, I was just trying to get another crystal on the board.
Ah, cool.
And then kind of plan what I want to do after that. But yeah, I'm sure everyone saw this, but at the very start of the seed, I got hit as I was entering escape, and I don't know what they call that little weird
Oh,
state.
you got lonked?
I got lonked, yes.
Nice.
And I didn't know how to get out of it. So, like, I went out and went back in, and I was, like, gonna save and quit, but then I was like, wait, I think if you get hit, it takes you out, so... But, yeah, and my run started off with a bang, and it didn't let up.
The really unfortunate thing, actually, was your death in Spike Cave.
Was that a sword?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course it was!
Well, there was also a sword in checkerboard, but at that point, like, yeah.
I didn't even check that because I was in go mode, and I also died to Vitreous, and just wanted to get out of the area.
By the
Which is
way,
funny.
nice fake powder by Mocha Jones on the bunny beam before Landmo's there.
Yeah, that was well done.
Yeah, that's amazing. For this seed was practically full cleared. We never saw powder. We know red mail was on Ped. We never saw half magic. Based on the Ganon hint, silvers must have been vanilla.
Yeah.
Pyramid Fairy?
Yeah.
Well, Dark World. But we saw everything, I think. I'm actually trying to think if we didn't see any Dark World checks.
Yeah. I wanted to say something else. Now I forget what it was. Like, once I got the mirror, I was like, alright, I'm going to go back to Meyer and finish that off, because I already did everything except Vitreous, and I knew Vitreous had an item. And, like, as soon as I entered Meyer, I was like, you know what? I should have gotten the bow first. And I was like, well, I'm already here, I might as well give it a try, and it didn't work out.
You got really close. You did a good job of that fight. You got him down to getting jump roped by the big eyeball at the end.
Yes, which was partially my fault. Like, I knew it was going to happen. I should have tried to avoid it, but I should have did what I did the second time and just not do the dash strats, but just the spam the slash strats. You know?
Yeah,
It doesn't. It seems to kill them quicker.
You could have been like P-Train and bought bomb upgrades up to 30 bombs.
Yeah, P-Train went in there with 30 bombs. But to be fair, he also did that with Fighter Sword, which is pretty crazy.
You need bombs for that.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten the hammer or the cape yet at that point.
But yeah, I actually told myself I was going to check checkerboard after Meyer. Like the first time I went there, when I died to Vitreous, I was like, I'm going to do checkerboard, and then I'm going to flute to Swamp and do that. Then I'm going to mirror and get the bow and do Eastern and Pod. But then when I died, I just kind of was like, all right, let's go do Swamp, and I never checked it, so I would have gotten a sword at least. And I should have had the Spike Cave one as well.
Yeah, that was.
I knew it was going to be close going in, and like when I was looking at the block, I'm like, this is going to be like really close, like, and of course it didn't work out, but.
Yeah,
and
so
while we were talking, we finally actually got a few people finishing the seed amazingly. But just to give you an idea, our second place finisher, Darity Peels, was 2:04:16.
Yeah, it's a full I can't do math. 16 minutes.
Yeah,
that's wild.
But when the second place finisher of a casual boot seed is over 2 hours, you know it's bad.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So, Milla, what was your favorite part of the seed?
I mean, there's so much to choose from.
The fact that it wasn't 15 blue balls on Aga?
I would say my favorite part of the seed was that you got to start with the boots.
Nice.
As for my second favorite part, it's a tie between everything else because they all sucked.
And here's Mocha Jones dropping down into Ganon at long last.
Yeah, I would have liked to have finished, but I had enough for one day.
Yeah, well, and he's
Yeah,
got
that's totally
Butter
fair.
Sword, so
Yeah.
he should have a fairly easy time of this.
Yeah, every once in a while we get these seeds on the daily that, we had this during the tournament practice when we were having hard standard seeds where, like, half the field forfeited, just how how terrible the seed ended up being. But,
Hey, I hear the cross keys practice seeds are no better.
hey, no spoilers.
I
I haven't gotten that far yet.
don't know the details. I just know that after playing practice seed number 3, Wall Kicks withdrew from the tournament.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. I do feel bad. This is actually my first Speed Gaming Daily seed ever, and it's a forfeit.
Oh, congrats for the restream.
Yeah. And not just restream, just first Speed Gaming Daily race ever.
Oh, cool.
I do plan on running quite a bit this summer, though, because I have afternoons free, so.
Nice. What kind of modes do you like to play?
Well, I'm not very good at the harder modes, so like I don't really like cross keys or any entrance modes, or I'm not very good at inverted or inversia. I can actually handle key sanity modes, but I do enjoy my usually casual boots.
So
There
you're
are
looking forward to some of the Open 7-7s this summer.
There are some exceptions, this being one of them. But yeah, like the opens, the standards. I actually really like Ambrosia. Casual boots is probably my favorite. So
Cool.
GG's Mocha Jones.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
more
he's getting
spins. I think
close.
one more spin.
Oh,
2 or
I was
3,
looking at the race time GG chat. Sorry.
Spoilers. Just kidding.
Spoiler alert: he defeats Ganon.
There we go.
Got him. 12 spins to win.
A lot better than P-Train's 24, right?
Yeah, he had Master Sword Silverless and still finished in 148. That's pretty impressive.
He never found the lamp. And he died again.
It took him 3 tries at Ganon, though, in fairness.
Yeah, he died to Ganon twice. He died to Moth once. Had a pretty rough run. Right in the
that
middle
book
there.
on Mothula was definitely a red herring because there was nothing on the tablets, as far as I know, nothing in Desert.
And by the way, that's a 2:11:59 officially for Mocha Jones, good for 6th place overall, and he is joining us. GG.
That was a very interesting seed, might I say.
you had a very strong lead in the mid game when you got that cape. Honestly, it was just after Death Mountain you left before dipping TR.
I
But
know.
you had a very strong lead up to that.
I
point.
was debating dipping into TR, but it's like, hey, there's 2. Like, I don't know why I didn't check to see what TR's medallion requirement was. I was hoping that I didn't even have to step foot in there. That's kind of why I did the bottles before I went into TR. It's like, please don't let me have to go into TR. Please don't let me have to go into TR. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I just put together what it was because Ether was in Hookshot Cave.
yeah.
And of course, you didn't have the mirror when you were up there. The other runners broke logic, went up Death Mountain earlier, so they had gotten Ether their first pass at Death Mountain, so then their second pass they were able to open up TR. You would have had to have saved and quit and then gone back up. I only just put that together.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. I realized that progression was not on Death Mountain whenever I found Flute up there. So it's like, okay, I'm not climbing the mountain anymore until I find my progression.
Yeah. By the way, you were the only person in the race on Restream to find more than Master Sword.
Really?
Yeah, Milla was close, but like I think, I don't know, a couple frames short of finishing Spike Cave.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I ended on Butter. Like, I was thinking, like, I figured that the other runners would probably find that Master Sword sitting there on Bumper Cave. And it's like, surely one of them has to go find Checkerboard Cave, that one. It's just like, if I got that one out of Spike Cave, that was my tempered. If no one else checked that, I'm gonna have like a big advantage. Well, seeing two forfeits and P Train being first place, yeah, I think I might have been a big advantage there.
Yeah, the seed got pretty silly at the end, for sure.
Yeah.
Enium actually had he got 1.0'd on Laser Bridge and ended up having a hard crash by getting shot with a laser.
Oh no.
So that was pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, I feel that.
It was really one of those days.
This is a bad seed.
Yeah, I thought I was my emulator was deciding to like completely crash when I was trying to hard reset after saves coming that mushroom.
Oh, we saw that. Like you got stuck in the door or something for a minute.
Yeah,
like Drosy commented on that.
Yeah, I recently updated that. It's like, oh yeah, I should probably re-key everything, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna hard crash in the middle of the seed.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, little did you know the middle was actually the first like 10th of the seed.
Oh goodness. But that was quite the seed.
So I asked Milla this earlier, and I want to ask you now. What was your favorite part about the seed?
Finding Lamp in Ice Palace, and then like, oh wait, hang on, I have 3 items. I don't have to clear Ice Palace. I'm leaving. And I figured like that. What's that?
So finding Lamp was a pretty good feeling. Unfortunately, I pretty much last location did.
Oh, I did too. But like, it felt bad because I did not even look at, I didn't look at Lumberjack Tree. And I think if I had,
that's right. Yep.
I think if I had, I would have routed that a whole lot differently. I'm just glad I knew where that bow was. Like, as soon as I found that, I was like, oh my goodness, so many face palms. And then it's like, I'm gonna go clear Aga, get this mirror, go get this bow, and I know exactly where I'm going.
How I was like, I knew the mirror was there, and I was like, as soon as I can do Aga Tower, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get that bow and do Pod and Eastern, and then the seed decided to just throw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a plan, it just didn't come together.
I mean, I think I had Lamp. Did I have Lamp by that point? I think I did. So I think I found the Lamp. What?
At what point?
I can't remember if I had Lamp by the time I realized that this is an Agassiz and that there's something on Lumberjack Tree.
You did. You definitely did. Because I think you went right to Aga after you saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I had Lamp in hand. It's like, if this is an Agassiz and that's Mirror, I'm going to be really mad. Yeah, as you can see on the credits, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 57 seconds for Mirror. Oh goodness.
Yeah. So just a quick comment to the racers here. We mentioned this to P-Train, but as you know, as the comms on the restream and watching, getting to see everyone do every single check in the game, we basically determined that it was actually impossible to have any progression in the entire seed without that cape. You didn't have enough hearts to get a sword out of Spike Cave. All the bottles were mirror locked. All the swords were cape locked or mirror locked. So you literally had to get that cape. There was no possible way not to.
Yep, and I think I last location that too.
I think I had that pretty early.
Oh yeah, you had
wait.
that way earlier than like every other runner.
Yeah. But yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah. No, you had the lamp early. You had the cape early. You had like we were talking about it a bit on Restream that you basically were following logic a lot more than. I don't know about more is the right word, but you were definitely following logic very strongly in this seed, and a lot of people were just trying not to.
As soon as I found Flute on Death Mountain, it's like, this is having me find the lamp for something. What is that something? Oh, it's Aga.
Yeah.
But once I found that lamp and once I got the mirror, it's like, hey, I can clear out like 5 dungeons now.
Yeah.
Then your only problem was Quake.
Oh goodness, I almost, when I went back up the mountain, I almost went into TR. Like I opened it and I was like, it's either going to be right at the doorstep, it's going to be super deep in TR, or it's going to be bottle. Do I want to risk it being super deep in TR?
Oh yeah.
So it's like a 33% chance that it was super deep in TR, and it was the other 33%. But it was... Oi. I was not expecting a cast boot seed to last that long. Like, I feel like version... what's it? Where are we on? 32 now?
I thought it was 31, but I don't.
31.9, I think.
Yeah, I feel like this version of Rando has like really upped the ante on cast boots. Because I feel like every seed I've run lately of cast boots has been like, oh, you're gonna be playing this for like 3 hours. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah. Sure.
The sub 2, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess
got nothing though.
Yeah, we
Got
should
nothing
probably
else.
get close to wrapping this up, right?
Yeah, I mean it's past midnight here, so
Past 1 here.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
fine.
here.
But I'm a night owl, so it's all good.
I am as well.
I'll actually probably watch the restream before I even go to bed, so just to see how badly I played.
I thought you did a pretty good job, actually.
I took way too many deaths. I got hit way too much
I just remember the VD death.
in the Spike Cave, and
Oh, well,
I took one on my Turtle Rock dip.
I think, didn't P-Train die in Spike Cave too?
No, P-Train never went into Spike Cave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was dropping bombs early in the seed because I figured it was going to be trash early. That's my excuse for that. Anyway, thank y'all. Y'all doing amazing work.
Yes, thank you guys for putting me on tonight. I appreciate it. I'd like to say it was fun, but I'll get them next time.
Yeah, GG's to both of you for playing through that. That was a seed.
That was a seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks again to all our runners, and be sure to give them all a follow. We put their links in the chat. Also, if you want to see, hopefully, less crazy races of a wide variety of styles, we do these daily races Monday through Friday. Check out the schedule, which we'll post in a moment. But yeah, they kind of switch up between 2 p.m., 9 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern so that everyone can get a shot. So the next one of those will be on Monday. Meanwhile, if you want to see more ALTTPR in general, we have a tournament semifinals match at 8:10 p.m. Eastern today, I guess, if you're on the East Coast or Central Time, or tomorrow if you're Mountain or Pacific, but Saturday in any case, on Speed Gaming main channel. Game 2, Gamma Chew versus Obscure Lifeform, so definitely be sure to check that out.
Yeah, looking forward to that one, for sure.
And huge thanks to our trackers, Maddie Walkherd and D2 Kemps, for tracking this crazy seed and keeping us comms honest as we missed stuff, trying to figure out which runners to follow.
Yeah, that was a very divergent seed at basically everything after 20 minutes. So yeah, very good job by the trackers. Thank you very much for your hard work.
And Homemade Beer, I'm really glad we got to do this. It's always fun working with you.
Yeah, you too. This was a fun race. This is a good return to normalcy. Getting past the tournament races.
This counts as normalcy. But with that, have a great evening, everyone, and enjoy your weekends.
Yep. Take care, everyone.
Later.